Yo, what's good, guys? We are back at it again with another MLB The Show 25 video for you guys, and today we are back on the Broke Boys account. So it may look a lot different to you guys, and that's because we are done with the original Broke Boys account. If you guys want to see our World Series run, our Weekend Classic run, that will be in a live that is up on the channel if you guys really want to go see that. So I will mention that to you guys. There will be spoilers in this for how this account went. So you can see we have our World Series banner in the top left. We went 5-1 in Weekend Classic, which brings our lifetime record on this account to 18-3. Pretty good little result there to get us to World Series. You can see the team is significantly better. The only cards that are like super budgety, I would say, on the team at this point are Veritek and Christian Campbell, and it's because there's not a ton of competition for them. So as far as I'm concerned, we are done with this Broke Boys account. So the direction I'm going to take the series in is to do a new account each season. So with that being said, you guys can say goodbye to your Detroit Humpback Whales, and we will now be the LA Rangers, it looks like. So we're just gonna rock the default stuff. I feel like there's a little bit to it. I'm gonna run through this intro. You guys can see some of the bronzes and silvers and whatnot that we got. And we will open some packs that are available at the start of this run. So if you guys didn't know, while we're loading into this moment, if you are on Xbox right now and you go to the store, pull up a version of the game, and go to the DLC add-on section, you will see there is a free launch bundle included with Xbox. So PlayStation already got this in the past, so now it's on Xbox. Good timing for our budget account. So I'm going to run through, do all these moments, all these tutorials and whatnot, and I'll be back with you guys with the full team. So we're getting our gold starter pack from the tutorial, Freddie Peralta. So he pops out of it a lot. I don't know if we're going to take the stubs or not, because I haven't talked to you guys about how we want to run this account yet. So I feel like now is a good time to go ahead and get into it. You can see we have a new XP path with some new cornerstones. And I think these cornerstones are going to be a big part of the account this time, because I think something I want to flirt with a little bit is the idea of like a grind account where you don't buy any cards off the marketplace. Maybe I can use stubs on like packs, because otherwise we won't have anything to use them on. But just completely avoid the marketplace unless I have to like buy somebody to like be able to use twins for team affinity or something like that, but not buying players to play ranked with. So let me know what you guys think of that. We're gonna see if we have our pre-order packs. We do not, so we're gonna restart the game and be right back. So you can see in the top right now it says launch bundle redeem, so we're gonna get those free packs, as well as there are some free packs in here assuming that you played weekend league. So you can see we are sitting on 16, one headliner, and an equipment pack, which is whatever. It's more so just diamond bats that you can quick sell, and we probably could go through and sell some of this stuff, but like I said, I'm not sure how we want to operate this account yet. We could just do market again. I mean, it was pretty easy, right? We went like 18-3 or whatever, and went to World Series, and probably shouldn't have lost Bregman. So another thing worth mentioning, I don't really want to use a lot of the same players, so I think that's why I want to do a grind account. I don't want to just sit here and get 8,000 stubs and be like, okay, well, time to go, get Christian Campbell, because he's like the best value buy at 8,000 stubs. I don't want to get 14,000 and be like, oh, now we need Mickey Mantle. So I want to try to use some different players, and I think most players realistically will come from grinding programs. So I think that's a pretty solid idea there. I would love to try out like that Walker Jenkins, Jordan Lawler, just cards that I see a lot in people's budget teams, but I haven't personally been able to try out, just because the cards on the main account are just way too good, or we went a different direction on the last budget piece. So I want to use some of these new cards that are coming out. I also want to be able to use like Jackie Robinson or something like that, a card that again probably doesn't make the main account, but would be an absolute stud for like a grind account. So I think that's kind of the direction I want to go for this series. Another reason we restarted is I probably recorded like 5 or 6 episodes on the other budget account, and by the time I would uploaded them all, it would have been like halfway through this season probably. And your guys' input just wouldn't be factored in at all. A big thing with this series is trying out cards you guys want to see. Um, and you can't really do that when you're 4 episodes in the future all of the time, because then you're using like Curtis Granderson or Ben Rice on Hall of Fame on Legend difficulty. Not super fun. So we have a lot more time now. We're going to be way more spaced out. We have 24 days from the time of me recording this to make it 2 World Series. I think I want to make it 2 World Series this time before Weekend Classic, so we can stream our Weekend Classic probably. Maybe we'll just record it this time and we won't stream both of them. But I want to have the World Series game to show you guys in a video. So let me know what you think. We're going to get the squad assembled, see what we're cooking with here. And there we go. That is our first rendition of the lineup on this budget account. So kind of want to run you guys through what I'm thinking for this episode, because if it is going to be more grind focused, I'll probably just kind of show you guys snippets of me finishing stuff off. I think Jackie, I would love to have this card on the account. Not only is there a ton of XP in here, so just finishing this program will probably get us 2, if not all, of the cornerstone cards that we want, which we really only want Tony Clark and JD. So left field or DH and first base are pretty much set for this account. I think those are going to be like non-negotiables. Just really good cards to use there. Ortiz would be cool. Shouldn't be too hard to get. Would just have to go run like the Rangers team affinity moment to get Silver Beltre, and then use him a little bit and use some Yankee pitchers. Would not be the hardest thing in the world. I do want to disqualify cards that we used at any point in the other budget account. I do not want to run cards back. So like no Lizardo other than against the CPU. No Soler, because we actually ended up using him a little bit in Weekend League. I would love to be able to use this Gleyber Torres. So I think he's kind of who we're gunning for at second base. And then we're hoping to get Jackie at short. Weatherholt would be really cool too, but you kind of have to do some like showdowns and stuff, I feel like, for a lot of this. So I don't know how enthused I'll be with doing that. Walker Jenkins, I think, is a non-negotiable. I think we have to try him out, and we have to try that Lawler out. And I think I want to get some of these programs done. Unfortunately, I think we're going to be locked out of Ubaldo now. So unless there is like rewind cornerstones, we're not going to be able to actually get him. I did think of doing this yesterday when the old multiplayer program was active still, so we could just stack XP, but it seemed kind of cheap. It seemed kind of cheesy, because I want the team to be able to develop naturally throughout the season. I don't want to just be able to sit here and sprint through this multiplayer program and rack up tons of XP and stubs and stuff like a month from now. I want to go through it organically, kind of get to the end and be sitting here having to wait till reset, and then we'll have reset to look forward to, hopefully for a new episode. Or not reset, but like when they add a new tier to the multiplayer, new missions. So I think that will be fun there. I think if we use all our stubs on just packs, you know, we could roll the dice here, hopefully get like Soderstrom and somebody, and not Sagano. We'll get one of those for free. We could pull a 50 bundle. We could pull some pretty good diamonds out of that. Maybe even Randy if we're super lucky. But I think that's kind of what we want to do with this account. I think we want to make it free cards or cards that we pull personally. And I think it'll just be kind of like a first owner account if you're familiar with like FIFA terms. So I think I'm going to go start grinding some of that Jackie program. I do not want this to be an over-the-top grind session. So I'm going to limit myself to like one of each of the mini seasons. Like you can do each of them once, because if you could just sit here and do infinite mini seasons, infinite diamond quest, then yeah, obviously we're going to get a pretty good team eventually. but I kind of want to limit that and make it semi-realistic grinding. I think most people can do a mini season a week, so I think that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to combine a lot of these program players with mini seasons. So we're kind of double dipping, or maybe even knocking out a bunch of conquest maps to get a ton of free packs. So I think that's the direction we want to go. We want to knock out Team Affinity. We want to knock out some of these programs along the way, and we want to be doing that through conquest and through mini seasons primarily. So I'm gonna go ahead, start grinding Jackie, and I will update you guys when we've made some progress. So guys, after running all of the storylines and doing all of the moments in the Jackie Robinson program, this is what we are left with. So we're gonna go run some conquest games with these to hopefully get some of the PXPs done that are required with each of these players, as well as hopefully just some general missions, team affinity, stuff like that. Everything we do is progress at this point, so we're going to be looking forward to that tomorrow because I am drained. This took a lot longer than I thought. It takes about, I'd say, an hour, hour and a half to do all the storylines. So that was more than what I thought, plus doing the Jackie Robinson moments. So be back tomorrow for more grinding. What's good, guys? We are on a new day now, so we got some much needed rest, and this again is the team that we're running right now. I think we might just play a ranked game because Bregman's supercharged, so I think we might be chilling, and that might be more or less it for this episode. I will go ahead and go through and pick out one of these cornerstone players to make our own here. There we go. All right, now we're getting volume. So Clark will probably be more usable, at least early on. So we'll have some moments to do with that. See if we get anything else out of these packs. I don't know why there's just like no sound from the packs. I have to restart. But it's not like, ooh, okay, Devin Williams. So that is huge for this account because the bullpens can be scary. Until we pull like Jeff Hoffman or Matt Strom would be amazing. Felix Bautista, some of those good gold relievers. We are going to be on pins and needles. Carrasco probably not making the squad. I initially planned on coming back and so I guess we'll just quick sell stuff that we pull. I planned on coming back and grinding more programs, but honestly, looking at the lineup, I feel like it's good enough to where we can win games with this team. So we need to keep all our silver jerseys, unless they are duplicates. Zach Eflin probably not making the team, so good amount of subs there. We pocketed Tony Clark, who I think will probably just no catchers is kind of the issue here. I need a catcher bad, but I don't think any of these storyline players are available to play catcher. We could do third base and then Day to second, I guess. Joe Rogan at third base. And then Tony Clark at DH. Little more organic of a team there. We could very easily have two supercharged players, which would be really nice. But I think we just try to get as much done in one game as possible. I'm going to restart because we don't have any game volume. All right, sorry about that. Lost my train of thought. I had to go respond to a YouTube comment who could not count how many cards there were to lock in for John Donaldson, and the fact that people already have him and have had him since yesterday. So that's fun there. Eventually, I would like to get him on this account, but having to earn the ego and Satchel and this XP boss Gibson, not super fun and not super possible for us right now because the ego is World Series reward. He's 100k. Satchel is like 50, 80, somewhere in that range, because I think you have to have him to unlock him, or you have to do every single multiplayer mission, which will not be getting done in today's video. And then Gibson, we are personally nowhere close to. By far the least popular of the XP bosses. But hopefully we will be able to knock that out eventually on this account. Santander's probably impossible because I don't think there's enough grindable packs of this to own. So Bregman could be possible, maybe, but probably not. Pipelines. I'm curious if we could get Roman Anthony. A lot of these golds you do earn, but not the diamonds. So we're pretty limited. We can definitely do Leo DeVry and maybe Weatherholt and Max Clark on this account, so that'd be a good program to grind. But I think we're just gonna go knock out our first rank game. See how that goes. See if maybe any of the Negro League storyline players stick on our team or not. Some of the cards actually have really good swings this year. I feel like last year they all had pretty trash swings, but this year, like Turkey Stearns has a really nice swing. The switch hitter, I think it's Cool Papa Bell, has a really nice swing. So there's some pretty solid cards here. This is not going to end up in a lobby. It's just going to crash. So we'll search for another game and be right back. All right, so hopefully this game works. Eventually we will probably want to turn crossplay off, actually. But we're going to do Andy Cooper, I guess. Seems to have the slightly better pitch selection there. And then we've got some pretty good cards on the team. Oscar Charleston, initial reactions from doing his storyline. Don't love the swing, but the stats are pretty good. And then we have our boost active as well. So see what we got here. So I got Gold Squad with JD Martinez. We have Tony Clark batting 5th. Probably should have moved him up one. Just, I guess either way, that's 3 lefties in a row, or 2 lefties in a row. So he's got a little bit of a budget squad. We, of course, drug him to cores because we're trying to get as many of those multiplayer missions and PXP as we possibly can. And no batting averages right now, so interesting. See, we're doing something a little different on the pitching side. We have the chevrons on. Not something I've ever really done personally, but there are some top tier players that do prefer the chevrons. I like the pitch trail. I feel like it gives you a better idea of like kind of how funky a pitcher's arm slot is. Ball. Austin Riley, that's a scary card. At this rank anyway. Good timing on that, just I guess way on top of it. And that should be 2. He's out. Good turn. All right. We're chilling, we're hooping.
No, inside.
Not the best pitch in the world. Honestly, a pretty, I don't know, it's weird. They always give the storyline players like really bad pitch mixes. This is one of the better ones, but it's usually just a lot of junk. All right, and we get fly out. And whoever is in left is moving. I forget who I ended up putting over there. I think it's Buck, but he was actually moving. So we'll see what Rap Dixon get up to. I think he's fairly fast.
That's a ball.
Good power, actually. So, not the worst card in the world. And we line up. Pop up, I suppose. Line up. Reed's always a funky like card for me to see. He's just got kind of a weird release. Mix out with like the sinker.
Ball 1, no strike.
I assume this is the silver one. So Cool Papa Bell. Starving for some power right now, but hopefully we can make it work. That's about the swing I thought he would generate, to be honest, with like 40 power. Charleston, of course. A lot of the storyline cards are lefties, and we're gonna see lefty. Alright, so he's just going to spam inside fastballs. That's fine. I think we're gonna try to steal here. Okay.
He's safe.
Don't know how we just figured we were going right there, but whatever, I suppose.
Runner.
And he slides up. So, all right, this guy might be decent. I'm not sure. It's always so hard to tell, like that very first veteran game. Somebody's good or not. We'll just take a lead and not steal, and maybe he'll try to like pick us off.
1, 2 strikes.
He's locked in on limiting base runners. All this to throw the same inside fastball. No, he went high and away.
What do you got?
Okay, we didn't swing. I thought it was a strike, to be honest. 3 small strikes though.
Count's full.
Just doing so much. The limit of base runner that honestly I could probably steal on a pitch out with anyway, and he would be safe.
No, he's in there.
Yeah, we've taken this from a 0-2 to a 3-2 just on base stealing. All that to give up a loop single is crazy. Turkey Stearns. We gotta hit the fastball. Yep, there it is. Pretty good first little inning so far. Oh my lord, dude. Tony Clark, contact left, or clutch, is abysmal. No wonder he has such like crazy stats for. I thought I could make him throw cancel, but he didn't. I see why his stats are so good now, because his clutch is absolutely terrible. And he threw the same pitch he threw a Turkey Stearns for some reason. I don't know why, but we missed it. 2-run inning. Probably should have been 3 with the perfect swing, but not the greatest cards in the world right now. Buck was probably our best batter, honestly. Probably should have done a little better with him. Ground out here. As long as Andy Cooper gets the win, I don't really care. I would like for Leon Day to hit some home runs because he's a pitcher who needs BXP. But he's also like a two-way player, so I feel like we can make up for a lot of the innings. We could just hit like a home run with him. I have no idea what we need for like the multiplayer missions. I haven't really like looked at them. Probably not to give up home runs, believe it or not. We just barely missed our pinpoint right there. Just missed it. He threw it right down the middle. Unfortunate. This guy's hitting stuff right down the middle, which
0-1's the count.
you'd be surprised at this rank, but definitely the number 1 pitch we can't throw. Everything else has been bad contact, almost like he's hitting directional or something. Timing's really off to like ever be on the changeup there. Yeah, I mean, just never catch a fastball if you're actually on the 77-mile-an-hour changeup. I think we might can just throw him 3 in a row. The scary part is that it's Tyler O'Neill, so if we do mess up, it's probably a home run. But we'll take our strikeout. All right, we're hooping. Cameras might be a little big and a little out of the way. Be on this. Oh wow, we missed that. That's crazy. I don't know if Bullet Rogan was exactly hitting a nuke no matter what we did right there, to be honest, but being late and under it probably not helping him. All right, here's Leon, so we'll lock in a little bit here. I actually really like his swing. Any of like the on the shoulder,
0-1's the count.
like Andrew McCutcheon type swings, I've always loved. Like McCutcheon or like Encarnacion, those kind of like that. You don't see a lot of them. It's usually like older, like old-timey cards that have swings like that. But Jimmy Fox was so fire because he had like that type of swing. Now I'm just sad because Jimmy Fox isn't in the game anymore. He just goes fastball. Dude, Max Fried's release just like creeps me out, dude. Always has. Like honestly, such like a default pitcher with like not a good like mix necessarily, but the ball just comes out of his hand so weird. I almost want to consider like power swinging with a lot of these guys. We're not doing them any favors. Completely missing the ball every time, but
Right there. He's
it's
out.
crazy. I'm so mad we left one down the middle of those Zuna, dude. So tough. I feel like our team isn't worse than his. If anything, like statistically, our team's probably better, but
Hey.
um, he just has modern players with modern swings. And I feel like a lot of the older players get kind of hoed with having really janky swings.
0-2 is the count.
But that was before I knew I could just throw him a fastball every pitch and strike him out.
3.
So we'll see if he ever adapts to it or if he just lets Andy Cooper just strike him out 20 times for the rest of the game.
0-1.
I would hope this would be a mercy, but we're going to have some perfect lineup for sure at some point. Makes him up pretty well there. Unfortunately, the only real chase pitch we have is a screwball way below the dirt or that sweeping curve in on the hands. Or I guess it would be away from the lefty, but there we go. He finally caught up to a fastball. Alright, so we'll see how we do. Hopefully we can turn the page. I feel like if he was pitching righty, honestly, we'd probably have like 6 runs right now. But the heart of our order is just strict lefties. Which hurts us a little bit. Need Rap to do something here. He's probably our best card, to be honest, like stats-wise. Like 90 speed. He's like 80 hitting. Pretty decent fielder. So if he could perform, that'd be nice. I feel like his swing's pretty default, though.
2-1.
1. Just a little too eager right there. Let me know also what you guys are looking for out of the gameplay with like this series. Do you like the more inside the mind type style, like how we've been doing, where it's like full, pretty much unedited gameplay, like all my thoughts, every swing, bad to good? Or would you prefer like a more refined experience, showing like highlights more so? And then we probably could fit more in the episodes, but I don't really show any of the offline grinding, so I feel like it would be pretty boring to show like some of the offline grinding. Dude, he is allergic to throwing us strikes.
2 balls.
He will sit here and pitch us in a 3-0 count and then throw 2 fastballs down the middle, and we'll be late on him. And now he's just scared to throw a fastball. All right, cool. So, I mean, this feels completely random what pitches we're getting right now. Yep, like I said, 3-0 count and then a fastball right down the middle. Just unfortunately, we don't have the power to get it over Jose Altuve. So we got Mr. Charleston here, the only guy who's had a good swing on the team so far.
1-0.
And he sees another ball. So honestly, I feel like we could be walking a ton right now, but not really incentivized to walk necessarily. Would way rather just sit here and hit tanks and get a ton of PXP and hitting stats racked up. But so Charleston might be the glitz. Charleston might have to stick around for a little bit. And Turkey, bro. Like, how you get rid of a guy named Turkey? His name's Turkey. I think he hit the perfect double for us that played into the first inning, so. But if you line out like that constantly because you have 65 power, might be a good reason to get you off. All right, let's see what Mr. Cooper's got for us.
Hey.
Humpsy Daisy got him.
0-1's the count.
It's hilarious, like playing the storylines and seeing like the
No
dips he
balls,
do.
2 strikes.
I don't know why they don't just bring those pitches in like online. Like I get that like fundamentally it is basically like a slurve or whatever, but it would be something cool that kind of sets these cards apart. If Satchel was up here throwing B-balls. 2 outs for Coop.
He's out.
Some of the pitchers I feel like could hang around. Like Andy Cooper, not the best pitch mix in the world, but I mean, he just has 5 really distinct pitches. Unlike some of the other storyline pitchers that will get like a changeup, a palm ball, a circle change, a Vulcan change. Like it's just redundant at that point. You're basically giving them like the same pitch over and over. All right, TC, I need you to do something here. And hits with him, I think, will actually help JD Martinez, unless this is a Mets card, which I think it might be. Decent swing there. Shouldn't be an out. Getting the second would be a little scary if it wasn't Jose Altuve out there. We're hitting a little bit. Finally seeing the ball off Max Fried. Had a feeling he'd go sinker there. Hopefully Buck can turn up. Our captain.
Ah! 1-1.
Make a World Series with this exact team I have right now would be crazy. Probably possible. It would probably take a lot of games, but it's probably possible. Especially after you put some like parallels on some of these guys. And we bloop him on an inside sinker. See, I'll never get that. Why throw that home with Jose Altuve with 20 speed when you're over there like sweating the runner on first like 2 innings ago? Like logic would say he would just throw that to second, but maybe he's just kind of like giving up at this point. Another one? Oh. Dude, Max Fried just throwing like turbo fastballs. Like sometimes I turn on him with no issue at all, and then sometimes it's like he's throwing them 98, 99 basically. So I don't know what that pause break was, but we are done with it now. Very late pitch release, so I don't know if he was changing his
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
preferred pitching method. Decent pitch. Hittable. Definitely hittable, but I mean, if he's putting it in the corner, it's kind of tough. And we just flipped him again there. I think we'd be out, so we're just gonna get back. That is a brutal swing.
Ball.
And Jay Melendez, speaking of, he's
Counts
got a pretty
1-0.
good swing, but some of these stats are just oof. So
Yeah.
I think best case for him is probably getting a single through somehow. Two, 1. Pretty obvious pitch there. Super early. Shouldn't ever get jammed with MJ, to be honest. The swing's so good. Unfortunate there. Line out there with the power. Alright, so we just stole a run, and we're still safe.
Safe.
This guy's like base runner management is so weird. Like he cares so much to not give up the stolen base, but then just like lets everything else happen. Just like weird priorities. But the mercy is taking shape. One run out of time. Which isn't necessarily the best thing for us, because the more innings Andy Cooper gives us, the better.
Ball 2.
Two, where's he go? No way, not another one. We just finding ways. Just finding ways to win. I don't know why he would not throw it there, but whatever. Didn't deserve the hit anyway, so we'll see if he can answer back. Plus, honestly, if I won that rundown, he might would just quit. We would have been second and third, so
Hey!
might be for the best.
0-1.
All right, he gets one back. I could care less. He could get 1,000,000 of them back, and the game could end 9-8. But as long as like we got a lot of PXP, a lot of missions done, and we won, it's a dub. There's another. Like I said, he can get 1,000,000 for all I care. As long as Andy Cooper gets me this PXP, that's all I really care about. And we spoke it into existence. So he was out if he went third there, or if I decided to throw the third there. But all right, it's getting interesting. So we'll just slam the screwball in the dirt. That's crazy to be under that. It's wild. Very late. That's another bloop single, huh? And he would be again out if I threw it home, but I didn't.
No, he's in there.
I just don't expect him to go. He's like getting himself out on the bases a lot, but here we are. Not one good swing and 4 base runners to show for it. We'll see if he can get his good swings in order here, or if he just grounds into a double play, which is what I'm pitching him for, and he's swinging for it, but the game physically will not let him hit into a double play right now. I mean, he's early and on top of all of these, so I guess I'll just throw it in the strike zone, and then hopefully it will be. This isn't saying it's 3-5, but you know, we got our own blessings, so. Wow, perfect on that. Interesting, tie game. JD Martinez. I just like stopped throwing him too many fastballs. Alright, so he ran himself into an out, so inning's over now, unless he gets a second rally going, but interesting. Yeah, okay, I let him sit too far in the off speed, I guess. We gave up like a,
Did he go?
forget what it was. I threw like the sinker in the dirt, and I think he was very late and like jammed it into right field. And so I just kind of ruled it out. But he is like nowhere close to a fastball.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Oh, getting there. Warming up. I haven't brought this one out yet, so hoping this is what gets me my strikeout. Yeah. Alright, that works. Tie game. Wouldn't have it any other way. The bad news for him is that now he's probably going to burn his entire bullpen. If Andy gets tired for us, I guess we'll go to who is in our Leroy Matlock. Yeah, Matlock will be our backup, I suppose. Problem is he throws a lot of the same stuff, so.
Ball, that's inside.
It's the same pitch again. He seems to actually be good in his releases now. I don't know if he went to like meter or what. He actually seems like he can throw some strikes now. Charleston, our GOAT, our MVP. His swing is absolutely abhorrent. I don't know how we're doing as well as we are with him, but we will try to stay hot. Might be 3 perfects with him. I forget kind of what he did the first time. So we were going third anyway. Now we're probably just gonna go home. I don't know what we're doing here. And I believe he threw it all the way to third, not the cut. So that's gonna be an inside the park home run for Oscar Charleston. What a guy! What a swing! feel like he's throwing at us. And that might be racially motivated. I'll be honest. A little suspicious that we're using all the storyline cards and now we get hit by pitches.
Ball.
Just saying. Just saying. A little weird.
That's ball 2.
Or maybe he just can't control his pitcher and has no idea where the ball's going. Also a possibility. Let's see what TC got for us. Hopefully a home run. Could have been. Probably could have been. I feel like those are really sketchy on low difficulty. It's like, I feel like if I do put good wood on it, it's just gonna be like a line out to third, is how it feels anyway. But probably should have just swung at the one I saw better instead of the one that he threw directly down the middle. I don't get it. Like, I will just sit here and blister a four seam, and then his reaction to that is to sit here and throw it like four times in a row. Which is odd. Peculiar.
Ball 2.
But it also seems to be the only pitch he can throw for a strike, so maybe that has a little something to do with it. Should easily make it to third there, I would think.
Say, he's in there.
Got a little concerned, I'll be honest. And I think we're getting a pitching change. This is probably the most ball time I've seen somebody use so far. All right, Tanner Scott. Does this one? Okay. He does not throw like a 92-mile-an-hour slider. It'll still be hard, but it's not 92. Joe Rogan, roping one in the left field for us. And Leon Day, like I said, one of the guys we need the most VXP with, so hopefully he can do it for us here. That was pretty obvious, but again, not necessarily the pitch I want to be swinging at unless I'm forced to. Should be on third off that. Always scary to tag on those because you don't really know. You don't really have a great frame of reference for how far it is. I mean, like right there. I actually swung at that. That's crazy. Oh, I thought we could prank him. Oh, we could prank him. Tough. Just, I didn't think we went on the check swing, to be honest there, but it's fine. So many lefties for him for some reason. He started Freed and now he's gone straight to Scott, so that sucks for like the middle of our lineup, who are a little more open to see a righty. There is just no plate discipline, so yeah, I had a feeling that'd be a strikeout. Start him with the strike, and then probably pitch him backwards until he didn't want to swing, but now I think he's gonna overcompensate. I mean, dude, that's just dotted. I don't even know what you do with that, to be honest. Right down the middle. This sinker might be glitched. I don't know if it's supposed to be 91. Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be like slower than the 4 seam, but that's quite a bit slower.
Yeah. 0-1.
Azuna's swing looks so fire this year, but unless we back him, I don't think we'll be using them. Again, you guys let me know what you want to see from this account, whether it be like a first owner type account, kind of how we're doing right now, or like a first owner like grind sort of account, or if you just are cool with just running it back from what we did last season.
Ball 1, no strike.
So I like the team last season, but like I said, I don't want to be using like the same cards. I feel like there hasn't been a ton of insane budget cards coming out necessarily. I mean, whenever we get a new, like, comparable program to new threads, whenever they plan on doing that, that'll probably be, like, our next big
Nope,
drop
that's
of, like,
inside.
budget cards. But as of right now, there's not really anything in the game like that. A little late. The other thing I like about this format, I think more, is like that Jordan Westberg. We used him a little bit on the other account, so I think I'll call him
Oh, that's
ineligible
inside.
to use on this budget account. But like, I really wasn't vibing with his swing on the other account. So, you know, that's kind of part of the risk of this, is sitting here and grinding for like Walker Jenkins or somebody and then getting them and not performing well in ranked, and they're just kind of, you're stuck with them on the team. I think there's a little more risk. There's a little more weight to each card. It's not like I just go buy a card on the market and then don't hit well with them, so we like instantly replace them with
Off
somebody
the
else.
plate, ball 1.
Can't really do that necessarily with this account.
Nope.
So Ryan Helsley, absolutely
2
terrible.
balls,
It
no
makes
strikes.
sense it's in like his bullpen at this rank, but
Ball 3.
we should light him up hopefully.
Ball 4.
4
Take
balls
your
in a
bait.
row. The walk the bases loaded for our main guy, Mr. Charleston. And of course he gives him the 4-seam first pitch. And we hammered it. One of the only guys on the team with good power. So kind of makes sense that he goes crazy in a veteran game for us. Grand salami. And then we're late on the next pitch. So I'm glad he didn't throw it to Turkey. He threw it to Charleston. PC, Belton the fastball. We'll take that. We need hits with him. So this game has kind of turned on its head on that one swing. But, I mean, if it wasn't a Grand Slam, we were going to get something from that inning. Just because it was bases loaded, no outs.
Ball, that's in. That's in. Ball 2.
Look how delayed Buck Leonard's leg kick is, dude. I absolutely hate it. It's like the most terrible thing I've ever
inside.
seen, bro. Like he starts moving after the pitch is already in the glove. It's bad. Not a big fan. But we do get a perfect single off of it. It's a real shame that's not like more in a gap. I don't know why he would do that. He's just asking to like get in a rundown. I think he'll run us all the way back. He does. And we're safe with second. So lost that rundown. I think the rundown count is 1-1 now. So we'll see if we can beat him in the tiebreaker if that comes up again. Good little hit for Joe Rogan. He's definitely on second. That might be one of the worst animations I've ever seen a left fielder get, dude. That's awful out of Altuve. And if we just rounded and went to third, that would have been triple because he decided to throw it all the way in. So Ryan Helsley probably going to be out of this guy's bullpen after this game, as he should be. He's terrible. JD Martinez looking a little rough in the outfield. Got the ball in quick. Oh, this is for a mercy. This swing is like, oh, MJ, of course. Of course. The guy who it's probably physically impossible to, I mean, at least the ball's coming in 103. So if I put a good swing, it should at least leave at like 100.
Aye.
Hopefully. That's the hope, anyway. Or actually, he has good power, right? So
Got him.
it was just against lefties that he was completely miserable, like 30-30. All right, Rob Dixon, potentially our best player, and he throws him a curveball in the dirt, which we golf up the middle for the walk-off. So GG's to that guy. That was our first game. He did good. I mean, he hung around for a while, but the bats started waking up. And that was all she wrote. So Andy Cooper, little 6-inning, 6 strikeout W. Hopefully that's enough PXP for him. It should be with the online multiplier. And then Oscar Charleston with 3 home runs. Like, how are we gonna take him out of the lineup? Like, he might just be him. He might just be the greatest to ever do it. We already got Jackie. I did not think that would happen that fast, but we already got Jackie and 32,000 XP. We got our rewards for ranking up in ranked, and we made absolutely no progress. So we needed 25 hits, 5,000 PXP, 15 stolen bases. So that thank the Lord that guy was sitting there trying to hold us from the one stolen base we were trying to get. 50 total runs, 75 strikeouts, so they brought that one back. That's not a fun mission. Took a while for us to get that done on the other account. And then we have to use Kopech and use Satchel Paige. So interesting there. So we'll be looking to get a lot of that done probably on the next episode. Let's go ahead and pick our cornerstone player. Or our second one. This will be JP. I'll probably do some of the missions off camera to get hopefully the full versions. But we will have to use those a little bit. That'll probably be something I do in like Conquest or mini seasons or however we decide to actually start grinding offline on this account. We got some packs, so maybe we can get some new diamonds to add to the team. Doesn't look like it, and that's a dupe, so that's unfortunate. We'll take our 600 subs there. And then as we start to add more packs and more players, we'll be able to start doing some like free agent collections. Probably never be able to do a team collection on a first owner account, but we can do like teams. Okay, so Corbin Burns. So that's pretty nice there. 23K, or we can use him. So we can either quick sell him or we can use him, basically, is the stipulations of this account. So I guess we will use him, and we will be one card closer to Bregman, which I would love to have, but I don't know how realistic it is. But that gives us an ace, honestly. Some people really enjoy that card, so that gives us an ace right now. This is what the full team is looking like. Something like that would be our best rotation possible at the moment. We have no bullpen guys. We have Devin Williams and Chad Green, a little Yankee reunion there. And then we don't really have any crazy position players. We did get Jackie, who honestly with the boost might be really good. I'm just not sure what the boost gives. So, gives power against both sides, which is actually pretty good and actually helps Jackie out quite a bit there. You can see 59 to 67. This is going to be a card that gets exponentially better the more parallels you put on him. You're talking about mid-gold fielding with a pretty good arm, 95 speed, and he'll have some really good contact numbers. So I'm excited for him. I don't know if he'll always stick at shortstop for us. We'll probably end up moving him to second eventually just because the power would fit in a little better at second base. But yeah, what do you guys think of the team? It's coming around. Once we get like Diamond JD, Diamond Tony Clark, gotta go find a new catcher. So I think our only guaranteed option, I believe, is going to be either using Dalton Rushing from the pipeline program is one option for us. Other than that, it's like rinsing these and praying that we get Soderstrom, or going out of our way to get the XP boss when we get to him, and picking Josh Gibson, which would fit with the theme of the team, and it would, you know, add to our captain boost, but I don't think we're going to be running Buck Leonard by the time we get 300,000 XP in the path. So just stuff to think about. But who you guys want to see? I think right now, Jackie. I think Glaber probably gets second base. And then I'd really like to try out Walker Jenkins. And then other than that, it's kind of up to you guys who we should go for. I'll probably grind some, record all the packs so I can throw those at the start of a video for you guys if you know we can catch up on that. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy the new season of Broke Boys. Maybe we're the Grind Boys this season. Not entirely sure, but let me know what you think of the series. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Till next time. Peace.